Lisa, right now it's just $1 that will do the trick until 6 p.m. But coming up the next few weeks, you're going to need not only $1 but $2 to pay for an hour on your meter. And you don't only have to pay till 6. Now you're going to have to pay until 10.
I drive to work every day from West Ashley, just like about 40% of food and beverage employees in Charleston.
Jonathan Graham is a full-time student, working full-time, all the while working to be a full-time father, and worried about the way he has to pay to work.
It's already right away doubling the amount that I have to spend and then increasing that for another 4 hours. It's going to basically triple my opportunity cost to come downtown and work.
With the cost going up to match the garages and extended hours, they say more people will be hired to check the meters at night. Graham says he too will be having to keep an eye on the time.
So every 2 hours in the middle of a busy Friday night shift, I have to abandon my section in my restaurant, go out, move my car, find new parking, pay that meter, and then walk back to the restaurant. It's a nightmare scenario, really.
In tandem with the prices going up, the city is starting its new park and ride lot. Graham worries that won't be enough.
You're going to see a lot of employees who say the opportunity cost to work downtown is just too high. We're going to have to work on Johns Island or in West Ashley or out in Mount Pleasant. Saying
it's going to hurt the workers and the locals more than the out-of-towners.
I get guests all the time who are just astounded by how wonderful our city is, how beautiful our city is, and how inexpensive many things are compared to some of these bigger cities. And that's given us a really big competitive edge. We've been the #1 travel destination in the United States for how many years now?
The new park and ride and the increased meter fees are expected to start around the same time, and we can expect that to be the new normal in the next few weeks. I'm live in downtown Charleston. Colby Satterfield, Live 5 News. Raphael, according to the Live 5 weather app, right now it is 43 degrees, but as Bill was saying, those temperatures could fluctuate overnight. And Raphael, just 5 minutes ago, I saw someone drive around the field, and I talked with a foreman here at Boone Hall Farms, and he said they're going to be checking on the crops all night long to make sure what could be covered stays covered. Eric Hernandez drives through the Boone Hall Farms every day.
On that end, that's the early varieties.
He oversees all the crops and anything that has to do with it. He knows every plant.
And strawberries on them too.
And strategically already has the strawberries covered.
Well, we're protecting the blooms and the new berries that we got.
He's been working for days now to try and keep the crops covered. Tonight is the night they're worried about. And he says he's going to do all he can to keep them alive.
I think they're going to be okay. Before we go home today, we're going to come and make sure they're covered. I'll probably drive over here tonight, make sure they're all right.
But there's still the what if and the crops they can't protect. The peaches and blueberries that are already in bloom.
We're depending on the Lord to protect our peaches. I guess tonight we're going to go home and pray that they're going to be all right.
Hernandez says there isn't anything they can put on the peaches or the blueberries to protect it. So a freeze tonight could be detrimental.
If it freezes really bad, we can lose our whole crop again, like we did last year.
Last year, they saw the same scenario right around that same time.
It was warm for a few days and some of our peaches started blooming, and then we got a cold snap and we couldn't protect them. It can be devastating if it gets really cold tonight.
Hernandez says if everything goes well in this cold snap tonight, the farm will be in full bloom too. Now they've already started selling the strawberries, and they're trying to keep the blooms warm tonight because those are what will be used for the Strawberry Festival. I'm live in Mount Pleasant. Colby Satterfield, Live 5 News. Bill, it could be as early as tomorrow evening, but again, that is really fluid at this point. Now I'm going to step out of the way and show you exactly how much damage there is here and why it could be so long to open back up. Now, Bill, within the last few minutes, contractors have arrived here on scene. They now are going to start to begin to remove this here portion of the bridge. And Bill, right now we can zoom in, you can see it just looks completely disconnected, the pillar from the actual portion of the bridge, and that is what's causing so much traffic because driving westbound right now, not safe to go under it or above it. The eastbound lanes, however, you can drive on right now. Traffic is moving It is moving pretty slow, and it is backed up as far as we can see at this point. But again, those lanes are open, but westbound lanes will remain closed for the foreseeable future. I'll have more details coming up on Live 5 News at 6. Bill, Justin, we learned that the westbound lanes are going to open tomorrow morning at approximately 9 a.m. and tomorrow evening at 7. The eastbound lanes going from Columbia to Charleston will close. Bill, in the last few minutes, we have learned that the bridge is going to be demolished tonight on the westbound side. Bill, tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. I have the man who has all the answers, Leland Colvin with Department of Transportation. So opening tomorrow morning at 9, what's happening overnight?
Sure. So about 10:30 this morning, we unfortunately had a tractor trailer hit the four-hole bridge over I-26 here in Orangeburg County. We had our contractor, United Infrastructure, out of Great Falls, South Carolina, arrived on site about 1:30. We're going to start demolition very soon. We're going to demolish the span over westbound tonight, have those lanes open at 9 a.m. tomorrow, and then we'll shift over tomorrow night. We'll close eastbound at 7 p.m., work on the eastbound span over the interstate tomorrow night, have that open at 9 a.m. on Sunday. Okay, so demolition's happening. Why did you guys choose the demolition route? Well, really, it's two routes you had. You had explosive or mechanical, and mechanical is just more of a known entity to us. Certainly this type of bridge, we got some experience, unfortunately, of having to demolition those under emergency situations. So we've got just more experience on that, and this probably is not the right site for any other type of demolition. Why did you guys, was the damage so severe that you had to do demolishing? Absolutely. You can see behind us, you can see the damage to the bridge, and absolutely there's safety is always our first initiative, and certainly to be more safe. This is a bridge that was built in 1960, and we saw no reason to not go ahead and do the fully demolish the bridge tonight. Perfect. Well, thank you so much. Again, Bill, I want to reiterate, the westbound lanes of I-26 near Orangeburg will open tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. And again, the eastbound lanes going from Columbia to Charleston, they will close tomorrow evening at 7 p.m. and reopen again Sunday morning at 9 a.m. while the bridge is demolished. I'm live near Orangeburg. Colby Satterfield, Live 5 News.
Sorry, Colby.